Good morning, everybody. Broadcasting live from Mazatlan, Mexico. I'm Bill the Geek. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, and we make days of living in Mexico. And every Saturday we go live, like about right now at 10 a.m. Central Time. We've got a lot of information to share with you. Took another little trip this week into the center of Mazatlan, it was a bit about that, and it looks like our little internet friend is popping up, and it's doing its thing. Hopefully that resolves itself in the next few minutes. Let me go over here and check. Oh my God, people are contributing to the channel. Let me see who's in the house. We got William Stoneman in the house. Welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. William Mustache Stoneman. We got Helen. Hi, everyone from Wilmington, Delaware. One of the few places in the United States I don't think that I've visited. And let's see here. And we got Jacqueline. Buenos dias, everyone. Contributed, and you can see her donation there, and you can see my internet. I don't know what's wrong. Everything's odd. It's happening again. We got, oh boy, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Hey, man. Oh, man. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I should switch back over to Wi-Fi. We got a little slow internet thing going on here. I don't know what's going on. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, I'm going to try to get back here. Okay, we're back. It shut me down. Now we're back. Let me click some buttons, see if the buttons are working. I don't know what happened. They shut me down. I had to leave and come back. I don't know what's going on, but Mary Jane, Ola from Denver. We got Verlene. Buenos dias. Yeah, email me, Verlene, and tell me when you guys are coming down here. Love to get together with you guys. Honestly, Wendy from Brunswick, Canada, in the house. Miss Sam, buenos dias. Oh, people are speaking Spanish this morning. You're right. Here we go. Okay. Okay, come on. She thinks so. She speaks is in the house. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. And we got even Lenora Wilson in the house. Good morning, everyone. We're happy to see you here. It's a beautiful day in Mazatlan. It's about 65 degrees. It's partly cloudy. It's been a wonderful week down here. It's always so nice and friendly, and Mexico is a wonderful place to live in. And if you're new, and if this is maybe like your first time here, leave a comment. Let us know where you are. If you've been to Mexico, share your experiences about visiting Mexico. If you're thinking about moving to Mexico, ask any questions that you would like. There are no bad questions. We only give okay answers. I don't know everything, but I'll try to share with you what I know and what I don't know. We got people like William Mustache Stone Man in the house. We got Jack Webb in the house. We got people, Jacqueline, and likes, I'm going to switch over to Wi-Fi and see if that works any better. That shouldn't work better. Oh, yeah, there we go. Switch over to Wi-Fi. Now we're on Wi-Fi. Maybe Wi-Fi will treat us better. We'll see here in a second. Okay, so we got She Thinks, So She Speaks in the house. Lenora Wilson, Liston Henry, Jack Webb in the house. Yeah, okay, there you go. And, oh, there we go. 2 months till retirement to Mexico. Come on down. We are waiting for you. Hello, this is my new neighbor, David, in Morelia. Beautiful day there. What is the temperature there right now? Does it get chilly at nighttime? That's going to be my new home, July 1st. Terry Jones, Buenos Dias, Bill, and all were coming to Mazatlan on Monday for 10 days. Excited, right on. Come on down. I had a weird experience. I had a strange, and before I go any further, Jacqueline, you're in Guadalajara. You just moved there from South Africa. So if you would, I would be interesting to see how that change went and how your time is going in Guadalajara. So if you would, please, if you're interested, shoot me an email at bill.dallas.lewis10@gmail.com. And if you're interested, we can do an interview. I lived in Guadalajara for about 4 or 5 years, and I would be interested on getting your take on what you're doing day to day in Guadalajara, how you like Guadalajara. So if you would, shoot me an email. Let's go back to comments. Okay. So we have a lot going on today. I have a bunch of videos to share with you this week. And of course, I'm the good thing about Mexico, it's really good for my exercise routine. Getting up very early in the morning, walking for an hour. It's a great time to clear my mind. I get up and I read some stuff about the universe for maybe 15, 20 minutes, leave, and the sun is coming up and the air is really fresh and clean. I can see a little bit of the ocean. And, being from Ohio and having lived in New Hampshire for 4 years, you got to put on a bunch of clothes before you can do that. But here I still put on some gloves and a jacket, and it just frees my mind for an hour. But weather is a real plus in Mexico. And here's the view on one day. The views from the deck when I leave are totally different every morning. But this is how I start my day, and this is one of the many joys of living in Mexico. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, okay, yeah, send me that email, David. It's warming up. It's about 85 degrees yesterday and about 65 last night. That's my kind of living. Thank you very much, David. And look who has showed up. We got Brian Maiden, pretty boy, Brian Maiden in the house and all. Thank you for dropping in, Brian, this morning. And many of you folks know that usually after I go live on Saturday morning, I leave here and I go get my laundry. I go pick up my laundry because I dropped my laundry off yesterday. And I always tell you guys how loving and wonderful the lady at the laundromat is. So I dropped in to see her just the other day, and her name is Alejandra, and this is her place. This is about 3 blocks from like Lavanderia Laundry, and I go in here to see her, and she's not there. Those are her 2 sisters. One's from Mexico City, the other, and that is Luisa, who her daughter-in-law. Usually one of her daughters is in there. And these are the people that I go to. I'll be seeing them. Luisa, hola, Luisa. We all speak Spanish. Hola, and I know her sisters. There we go. Alejandra wasn't there. It was the first time I'd ever been there, and Alejandra was not there at all. Yes, Louisa, but we go in and we dance and we sing and we kiss each other. And I'll be going there as soon as I get off the broadcast today. Now, Alejandra wasn't there, so I had to go back. I dropped off some pillows and all of my sheets a few days ago, so I had to go back this week to pick up pillows and sheets. Now I have nice, clean pillows and sheet. I'm still going to go pick up socks and underwear today. So I went in yesterday. Alejandra.
Hola.
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
¿Cómo estás?
Excelente. Siempre amanecemos y es muy buen día.
Oh, okay.
Recibiendo a Memo.
Oh, qué bueno. Chica.
Hola.
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Oh. There you go. That is the infamous Alejandra. I'll be seeing her in a couple of hours to pick up my laundry again this morning. That is how I start out my Saturdays here in Mexico. Luis, hi, Bill. When is the hot and humid season in Mazatlan? And let me say this. It appears as though our internet connection is okay again. I don't know what was going on. Let me see if I can add my second camera. Extra camera. Is this going to work? It's going to work. Looks like. Okay, we got 2 cameras again. Right on. I don't know. It looks like our internet going to be okay. We got 2 cameras now. Woohoo! We're on it. We're on it. Yeah, we have technical difficulties. Whatever, but we try. We get through it. Luis, the right now in Mazatlan, when I walk in the morning, I wear 3 hoodies. And I started putting on usually I wear 2, but about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I upped it to 3 because it's a little chilly, and chilly here is about 50 degrees. By the time I get back to the apartment, it's about 62 degrees, and it's only like that between October 15th and April 15th. And that's the way it is on the West Coast. So if you go to Puerto Vallarta, Malaki, Mazatlan, those are the cool seasons, and that's when the Canadians come down to visit us. The Canadians have been coming down to Mexico for generations. For Canadians, Mazatlan is like Florida for Americans, and their families have been coming down here for years and years and years. And it's so funny because they all show up October 15th. And then by April 15th, all the Canadians are gone. My building will be empty on April 15th. It'll just be me and a couple of Mexicans living in here. And then April 15th, then it starts to warm up exponentially. So the hot season in Mazatlan, Puerto Vallarta, Barra de Navidad, and Malaki, the hot season starts, I'm going to say for sure, around the 1st of May. And then I used to think that it would cool down in October, but no, it doesn't cool down in October. It really doesn't cool down until about mid-November or the end of November. And last summer, as many of you know, last summer was just unbearable. And that's why I'm moving to Morelia. So I hope that answers your question. And we have the one and the only Terry Don Marshall in the house. Hola, Terry Don. We just talked last night. We did an interview last Friday. It was Terry Don is fabulous. Let me see if I have a picture of Terry Don. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Let me click over here and see what's going on here. No, I do not. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. No. But we're putting up a video tomorrow morning. Our first, we did many interviews, and I'm going to put up. You got to visit tomorrow and check out Terry Don Marshall. She's fascinating. She's going to talk about how she was fascinated with making a move to Europe. And then she did some research and how she's getting her head together to move to Mazatlan. It's going to be a fabulous series. It's about a 7-part series. We'll kick off with our first one. It'll be 9 or 2 minutes. That will go up tomorrow morning at about 10 a.m. Central Time. And Terry Don she's starting a podcast. I forget the name of it. Terry Don, if you want to type in the name of your new broadcast, it's a podcast. She's been in broadcasting her entire life. She's fascinating, and you're going to have to watch the whole series. Katrina the Maker is in the house. Morning, y'all. Sound like you must live in Texas. Oh, I bet you live in Houston, talking like that. That's funny. Jamie, what's up from Canada? It's minus 13 degrees here today. And I say it almost every week. Tom Petty told everybody, you don't have to live like a refugee. There's no reason for that. You can come down here and be warm all year. And if you want to be warm comfortably, move inland, move into the Guadalajara area, the Chapala area, the Morelia area. If you like lots of people, move to Mexico City. Even that, they don't go through these really high, terrible temperatures like what happens here. But Jamie, if I'm not mistaken, you'll be down here in April. People email me and tell me when they're coming down. If you're coming down, drop me a line. We can do breakfast. Good morning, Matt from Lake Chapala. Make it a great day in Chapala, right next to Ajijic. Fabulous locations. Also, Matt, I'm going to say, and you can make a comment on this, but I would say Chapala Ajijic is a great landing place if you're just checking out Mexico, because you can live in Ajijic, Chapala, with a high concentration of Canadians and Americans that speak English. And Matt, I bet you know a bunch of Americans and Canadians that speak no Spanish. But many of them have traveled throughout Mexico. You can ask these people questions. How do I take a bus here? How do I get an airplane over there? Where do I go buy my stuff? But Ajijic, Chapala is a great and I've lived in that area. It was just a little too small and too many Americans and Canadians for me. But it's a great place if you don't know any Spanish, because depending on where your mind is at, not speaking the language can be kind of frustrating. You have to really have your head together. Helen, why do you all move around so much in Mexico? Woo! Why y'all move around so much in Mexico? I tell you what, it's because Mexico is unbelievable. There are so many fabulous small towns in Mexico. And when I say small towns, Morelia has a population of about 900,000 people. That's where I'm moving to, which is kind of large. Depending on who you talk to, I think Mazatlan, supposedly the population is about 300,000 people. Puerto Vallarta, the population is 300,000 or 400,000 people. They look, when you're there, they look a lot bigger than they are. But if you start traveling around Mexico, I fall in love with almost everywhere I visit in Mexico. And William Stoneman, who has visited all over Mexico, and you start, you're on a bus, you're driving around, and all of a sudden you see all these giant mountains. And in Ohio, everything is flat. If you go downtown and go into the tallest building in Columbus, Ohio, maybe 40 stories, and if you look around, everything is flat. It's like you're living on the moon. Everything is flat. But in Mexico, they have this wonderful geography, and it's like living in a buffet of beauty. And you start to go here and you start to go there, and there's so much architecture down here, so much natural history and geography and food. So you can come and just stay in one place. And I know many people that hit a spot and never leave. But once you leave wherever you are in Mexico and go somewhere else, it's just another excellent buffet Mexico experience. It's all fabulous. It's so fabulous. And that's why people move around so much. What speed is your internet bill? Well, early this morning, it was 200 meg, but I think something happened. It burped. Maybe Megacable, my company, resets the modems like every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time. Maybe they're just trying to mess with my head. Miss Sam, I found a very beautiful house in Morelia. A 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom. Rent is $700 a month. Only 2 years old. It's in the San Ruben area. Does anyone know how far that is from the El Centro area? Good question. And Ms. Sam, just out of curiosity, did you call Carlos Perez to work out this deal? I just talked with him this week, but he's the guy that hooked me up. The San Ruben area. Okay, good for you. 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, $700 a month. The joys of living in Mexico. Karen Sparks, Bill, when buying a house, how do we turn the utilities on? You just contact the electric company. That's about it. Contact. If you don't speak Spanish, you're going to need a helper, like maybe an immigration attorney or one of your neighbors, something like that, who speaks Spanish. But you just go down to the electric company and have them turn the electricity on. The same with water. You have to go to the water company. When it comes to speaking Spanish and specific things, that's when you need a helper. So Karen, let me do this. Let me go to my banners over here. Here we go, right here. Here's what you do. Here are the contact numbers for Katie Ibarra. There's her email, katie@chapalarealtors.com. I'm going to leave. Get out your pen. Get out your pen. Katie's U.S. number 614-983-3809. Mexico phone number 331-803-9334. I'm going to leave this up for a while, Karen. Write down those numbers and email Katie or call Katie directly. She's very, very sweet, very bubbly. I think she'll be with us next week. That should be the first week of March coming up, I think. So come back and you can ask her because she deals with this every day. So some stuff like that. I'm getting ready to turn these numbers off, Karen. I'm going to turn these numbers off in about 15 seconds. So grab your pen and pencil, write these numbers down, and call Katie directly and get answers today. That's it for that. Okay, let's go back to comments. Here we go. Terry Don Marshall, here you go. Thanks, Bill. Terry Talks Podcast coming soon. There you go. There you go. She doesn't look like that anymore. Now her hair is blonde. Whatever. I don't know what happened. So there you go. The Terry Talks Podcast coming soon. And we're going to broadcast our first episode with Terry Don Marshall tomorrow around 10 a.m. Central Time. It'll kick that interview series off. She's fascinating. Wait till you see her and hear her. Yeah. Matt, that is correct on all points, Bill. Thank you. And Matt's talking about in Chapala Ajijic. You really don't have to speak any Spanish. There are so many Americans and Canadians there. It's a great landing point. And it's in the center of Mexico. And you can be in Guadalajara on a good day, in a car, on a good day. You can be in Guadalajara in 45 minutes. But that's there are a couple of ways to get to Guadalajara, but there's this main way. It's kind of like a freeway, but it really isn't. And when I lived there, I had some people visiting me from Guadalajara, and they rented this little it was almost like a smart car. They had like 6 people packed in this car. Very uncomfortable. It wouldn't have been so bad for like 45 minutes, but there was an accident on the highway. And because there was an accident on the highway, it took them 8 hours to make this 45-minute trip. That's why I say on a good day, it'll be 45 minutes. But Guadalajara's in the but Chapala Ajijic is kind of in the center of Mexico, so you can get around. Neil, I bet you know the Earth is level, not a ball. Had to say it. Yes, we all know that the world is actually flat. That's a big secret. I'm doing a video about it next month, how actually the world is flat, and the truths about what we've been misled to believe, that the world is actually round. In fact, I'm going to start a new YouTube channel just all about that. And what Jack Webb had to say, Bill, your friend's house out west of Guadalajara in El Arenal, did he ever sell it? Does he still live there? That's a good question. I'm going to have to reach out and ask him that. And Jack Webb, I wish I still had some pictures. Let me see if I have any videos of that. No, I took all those videos down, Mr. Webb. He's talking about my friend Michael Flatt, who lived in El Arenal. And El Arenal is right between Guadalajara and Tequila. And let me try something here. Let's get out some maps here. Google Maps right here. Let's see if we can connect Google Maps to our broadcast. Yes, okay, there we go. And I'm going to click on this button over here, share screen. Here we go, share screen, Google Maps. There we go. Okay, share. All right, so we're in Google Maps. Let's zoom out. And Mr. Webb, let's see. Now you read to peek. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's zoom in. Okay. Here we go. So over here you can see Guadalajara. And where is Tequila? Here's Tequila. Okay. So over here you can see Guadalajara. And over here you can see Tequila, which is a fabulous trip to take to Tequila. I think Jose Cuervo Tequila's headquarters is there. They have all these tequila buses you can take. So for 2 months, I lived in my friend Michael Flatt's house here in El Arenal. And it's a little small town. Population's maybe about 2,000 people. And he built a house and furnished the entire house for $100,000. It was a beautiful, brand new home. But Michael Flatt is gay. He's about 75 now, and he has a young Mexican partner. I think they're married. They are married. And his partner is like 28 years old, and he's from El Arenal. What is his name? Oh, I forget his name. I can see his face. I can't remember Daniel. His name is Daniel. So he knows all of his family is from El Arenal. So they built this house together, and Mike got ill. So now he lives in Indiana. He's got like 80 gazillion illnesses. But I think Danielle is still living in that house. And that had to be a real bonus when you're building a house with all the plumbing, the electricity, the structure. You're living in a house that you grew up in, and you know all of your relatives are the 2,000 people in town. But Jack, I'll have to ask Mike and see what's up with that. And I'm going to say a town with 2,000 people in it, it just got too small for me. I had to go. I had to drive like 15, 20 minutes just to get to buy a Coca-Cola and a bag of potato chips. And my neighbors were cows and horses, which was beautiful for about 2 or 3 weeks. But after a month, no. Miss Sam. Yes, Bill. He took me, very good. He took me to a couple of places, including your building. Love your place, but needed more than one bathroom. So that's cool. So Miss Sam, actually, he was talking about you. He said, boy, that woman was real picky about what she was looking for. She was extremely particular. He only said wonderful things about you, and that's Carlos Perez. He hooked me up with a place. He hooked Ms. Sam with a place. I'm going to be paying $500 a month, 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. Here we go. William Stoneman, we always took the Ajijic City bus to Guadalajara. Nice to sit back and relax. I've taken the bus from Ajijic, actually Chapala, which is 10 miles away. I've taken that bus ride many times. And if you're taking that bus ride from Chapala or Ajijic and many bus rides around Mexico, you want to learn how to ask people, how do we take the direct bus? We want the direct bus. They always don't have a direct bus, but from Chapala to Guadalajara, they have a direct bus. So what does a direct bus mean? Well, that means they don't stop anywhere. The only place they stop is in Guadalajara. But if you take a bus that is not direct from Chapala or Ajijic to Guadalajara, well, they stop in like 40 different places. So a trip that should take you on the bus like 50 minutes might take you like 4 hours, whatever. Jamie, yes, coming down to Scout Puebla. And that place right there, Bill, come on down, dude. Get with the program. David, sorry, Bill, but I need to cut out early today. Maria and I need to go to the Tianguis. I'll watch you next week. Thank you, David. And I think he's trying to say the Tianguis. The Tianguis is like a big flea market. And they have them all over Mexico, and we're kind of going to see one this morning. But they have them all over Mexico, and you can buy all of your fresh fruits and vegetables and fresh pork, beef, chicken, clothing. Like I bought this this jacket at a Tianguis for like $3. I've got some sweatpants on, very nice. Bought those for like $2. All my clothes, I bought them at a Tianguis. Shirts, socks, underwear. I've seen women roll up to Tianguis. All the stuff is very cheap. I could say affordable. I'm just going to say this stuff is cheap. It's crazy cheap. Like you can get 4 pairs of pants for like $10 or something like that. Cheap. But I've seen ladies in Rolex watches pull up in their Mercedes and their Ray-Ban sunglasses, show up at the Tianguis looking for deals. So, okay, David, great. And we'll see you the next time. Okay, I got some more video tips. Where I live now, notice how the internet got better all of a sudden. What happened? It just got better. The Canadians in my building kept telling me about the market in this place called Juarez. And these are senior citizen Canadians. And they would get, many of these people get on the bus and they go to the market in Juarez. I mean, you know, and they just raved about it. I'd never taken a bus in Mazatlan. So I said, well, if they can do it, I can do this. So I decide, hit the like button. We have 64 people in the house, 22 likes. Jacqueline from Guadalajara donated $10, which is greatly appreciated. But click that like button. Yeah, thank you very much, Brian Maiden. So I decided to go to the market, and it was a real experience. And so, you know, here's this is the view of the pool from where I live. And if you look closely, you can see most of the little chairs have people in them, people soaking up the sun, living a good life. I'm going to say 99% of those people are, see people playing cards down at the pool. 99% of these people are Canadians. They fill up this building every year around, when do they show up? October 15th is when they show up. They'll be leaving in a few months. These are the people that go to the market. So they said, oh, Bill, you just go down there and you just take the bus. And the bus is, they said, look for the bus called Juarez. What'd they say? Juarez El Cerritos. That's the bus I was going to look for. And let's take a look at the map here again, so I can show you where this place is. Nope, that's not the map. Not that one. We want this map. Okay, so we're going to zoom out here a bit. Go over here to Mazatlan, I think. Uh-oh, there we go. There we go. And let's zoom in, and I'm going to show you where this place is. Okay. All right. Let's zoom in a little more. Here we go. All right. So we can see El Centro down here. And I'm going to zoom in some more. It may not even show the name. It's a little community right in the center of Mazatlan, but it's a totally different environment. And I'm not finding it, but it's right around here. I'm going to say right around this area here. But the environment is totally different than El Centro. Totally different. So here's my neighborhood. This is about 2 blocks from where I live, and I'm walking over here. The bus is going to cost me 13 pesos. 13 pesos, that's like 70 cents. And the ride is about 20 minutes long. If I went there on Uber or DD, it would cost me about 150 pesos or about $7.50. So this is the main drag. This is called, you may as well call it Sabalo Road. And this road goes right into El Centro. It becomes the Malecon, and the Malecon is about 13 miles long. And you can see all the resorts, all the pulmonettas. There's lots of transportation out here. So I'm just going to go down here, and I'm going to the bus stop, and I'm going to take my first bus ride ever. I have no clue. I have no clue where I'm going. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. So there's the bus stop, and you can see that man over there with the blue shirt. He's Canadian. They're staying in the hotel behind the bus stop. And it's fun to meet new people, but I talked with them, and they were complaining about how noisy. They said the rooms were nice, but the rooms were very noisy. But now I'm going to get on the bus. Here we go. Here is the bus. I'm in the bus. I paid by 13 pesos. And all of the bus drivers decorate their buses very differently. You can see the little animals, the little puppet animals hanging around. There's another little puppet animal and feathers, the skull. And this guy driving the bus, he looks like he's about 13 years old. The bus is empty at this time. But this bus ride, we're going to go all the way to the Juarez market. Yeah, we're on our way. And there he is. He looks like he's like 13 years old, and he's just driving this bus. We're going to go into the away. We're going to go away. Check that out. You've seen that in the United States, right? This guy has everything on his bus, right? He's got his Dodgers sticker, his silver lady going up and down. There's the change that he gives to people, like if they give him 20 pesos or something like that. So, okay, now here we go. And then we're going to there's the Malecon directly ahead, but we're going to turn away from the Malecon and head towards Juarez. Now, I would bet in Juarez, that you could get a very nice apartment there for $400 to $500 US dollars a month. Yep, that's what I'm thinking, because it is a Mexican community. And here we go. Before we go into the Juarez market, I get off the bus and I asked the bus driver, well, where do I get off? And he just pointed. He said, walk that way a half block. And outside of the market, there are lots of restaurants. And notice everyone that you see right now is Mexican. when we go in to this market, in a second, we're going to go into the market and you're going to see hundreds of people and they're all going to be Mexican. So in any city of size like Puerto Vallarta, like Mazatlan, when I lived in Puerto Vallarta, my last 5 years, I lived in a Mexican community. Mike, my landlord, who built the house in El Arenal, and his partner at the time, Charlie, we were the only gringos on the block. So throughout Mexico, if you find Mexican communities, your prices for rent and everything else are going to be cut in half. I'm serious. So okay, now here we go. Let's go in here. Okay, here we go. Okay, these are, we're not in the market yet. These are just other shops outside of the market. But look, these are all Mexican people. If you go to El Centro, which is like 3 or 4, and look at the people chowing down. This is, I think, Wednesday morning. This is Wednesday morning around 9 o'clock in the morning. Families. We are outside of the market. And so we're going to go in. Elderly people walking around with their little thingies to help them. Look, you don't see any Canadians or Mexicans. You see zero. Look at the fresh shrimp, kind of like the market in El Centro, but the market in El Centro is it's kind of like a big junk shop. But here, this stuff is very specific. Here is another place where you can buy lots of fresh shrimp right out of the boat, octopus, fish types. This was fabulous. I'm going here from now on to get my meat, my chicken. I've been going to let me see where I am over here. I've been going to Costco. No, I've been going to Walmart. I was buying my chicken, my pork chops, what else? And my hamburger at Walmart. 1 week I ate each one and I got sick from each one. I went to Walmart one time to buy some chicken, and there was this Mexican lady buying chicken, and she would every pack of chicken she picked up, she was smelling it. It was like she knew Walmart. She knew that sometimes Walmart sells old chicken, okay? But at this place, I bought some fresh hamburger. I think they cut up the cow that morning. I bought a whole chicken. You're going to see it in a minute. And yeah, I'm going to start going back here all the time. Have some more stuff coming up. Virginia. There you go. Juarez is close to the border. After 5 p.m., it is dangerous. No, this is not the same Juarez. This is Juarez in the middle of Mazatlan. It's more like a neighborhood. It is where the consulate, medical area, and fingerprint area for people who marry U.S. citizen green card. Yeah, this is the Juarez in Mazatlan, Virginia. Richard, Mexico is not for everyone. So about what percentage of expats would you say end up going back home? Okay, let's talk about that. Richard, I'm gonna leave your message up. I had a nightmare story this week. This nightmare story lasted for almost 2 weeks. And this woman got my phone number. She's an American, lives in the United States. She's about, I'm not even going to say her age, but she contacted me and she said, what cities in Mexico could she go to buy sex from men? Okay, now, you know, I don't know where to go to buy sex from women. I mean, I've lived here a year and a half. I still don't know where to go to do that. Okay. Or in Motzon, how to do that. And so, I got the message. I just, I don't know, she sent the message through WhatsApp. Then she contacted me more, and she wanted me to interview her. She begged me for an interview, so I interviewed her, and and then I got the video done. She wanted me to edit the video heavily, and then she was going to check out Guadalajara, and then I put the video up, and but what she went to Guadalajara. And she decided she was going to discover all of Mexico in 4 days. And her Spanish was pretty much non-existent. So she got to Guadalajara. She got lost. Uber didn't do what she thought it was going to do. Her Spanish was bad. She was crying. And she had a terrible time. Then she took a tour for another day. And now she hates Mexico she hates all of Mexico because of her 3 days in Guadalajara. So her Spanish is bad. I don't know what her mental state was. Maybe it was because she couldn't buy sex from men. She couldn't find out where to do that in Guadalajara. I don't know. I'm going to say all of my subscribers, the people that I know, love Mexico, but there are people that this is not the right place for. You have to have your head together and just be peaceful and open and be available to just allowing what the universe will send to you. And as long as your mind is just filled with love and joy and acceptance and chilled outness, you got a lot of people that are here in this chat room right now. Jack Webb, Pretty Boy, Brian Maiden, Jacqueline, people that are not, and Pretty Boy Brian has visited. He was just here last month. These people open their minds. They're very accepting, but some Mexico, in fact, I'm going to make a video about what I experienced with her. She made me take her video. I interviewed her. She made me she asked me to take the video down because, quote unquote, she says, she did research from where she was in the United States. And from her research, she found that Mexico was where she wanted to live. Okay. So after we did our interview, she says, oh, please take the video down. I put the video up. She says, please take the video down because in no way do I want to endorse Mexico. So I took it down. I could have left it up. I could have left the video up. I mean, it's my channel. What could she do? But I just took it down because I didn't want any part of her vibrations. God bless her. So Mexico is not for everybody. But so few people that I know that communicate with me have had a bad experience. So whatever. That's okay. Okay. Mary Jane, why are the base of the trees painted white? Mary Jane, very good question. And I asked a Mexican that. And the answer is, or the answer that they gave me was that something about the white paint repels certain insects so they don't bore into the trees and destroy them. That's the answer that I got. Okay, do Mexican cities have English-speaking tourist information office? They are usually characterized with a small letter I above the outside of the building. Yes, there are English-speaking people all over Mexico, and you might go somewhere where nobody speaks English. But I have never ran into that. And if they're into tourism, surely if they don't speak English, you they can direct to you, they can direct you to some tourist place that does speak English. So that should not be a problem at all. And Jamie, thank you very much for contributing to the channel. We need your dollars to pay our rent, buy our chicken and our food and all that kind of stuff. Jack Webb, a Mexican bus driver, can take you. Oh my God. To see what this kid was doing when he was driving the bus. Because he's driving this huge bus. I swear to God, he looked like he was 13. And people are getting on. They give you, in one hand, he's got a ticket to give, a receipt to give them. He's got their change. He's taking their money, and he's driving through heavy traffic in Mazatlan. It's a trip, man. Yeah, shifting gears. These are not automatic. He's shifting gears, giving out change, all that kind of stuff. That was funny. The stranger is in the house. Hola, Memo. That's my name in Spanish. Great to see you here again, Hat. William Stoneman, how difficult is it to find a going February rental in Morelia or Chapala or other inland places? Okay. Okay, William Stoneman, great question. And I will email you today or tomorrow. I will email you the number of Carlos Perez. He helped me find my place. I think that my place is actually an Airbnb that they have the option of renting out. But he just helped Ms. Sam get that 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom house. So today or tomorrow, I will email you with Carlos Perez's phone number. He speaks fluent English. I think he'll have a lot of options for you. William Stoneman, how difficult to find a February rental in Morelia, Chapala, or other inland cities in Mexico. I'm thinking it may be a bit challenging in Ajijic, Chapala. Just a bit. But it's not impossible. Chapala, Ajijic, there's always some place for rent. It's just how are you going to find it? I would say, as I did in that video that I did a few weeks ago, always start looking for Airbnbs. Airbnbs are always going to be available. And then as you're clicking through and you've done it, Williams Mustache Man, so many times, but as you start clicking through the city with the Airbnb and you see the same guy's name showing up on different Airbnbs, contact that guy, because the Airbnb people that have multiple properties, those are the people that are flexible. Airbnb people will rent to you for a month at apartment rental rates. Many times. Try that. Who's this? TS. Where are you in Mexico? Seeing the fresh shrimp, and I'm wondering where they are harvested. I love Mexico and the heart and spirit of the people I have experienced. Let me show you. Let me hide your message and let me show you exactly where I am. And if I answer your question, please click the subscribe button. Where's my map? Where's my map? Where's my map? Oh, that's not the, yeah, it is. That is the map. Okay, I'm going to zoom out and let me show you exactly where I am. I am in Mazatlan, which I still don't know how to say. I've been here a year and a half, been coming here for almost 3 years. But here it is, Mazatlan, right here. That's where I am. And let's zoom out some more so you can get a better idea of where it is. There's Mazatlan. There's here is Puerto Vallarta down here. Here's Guadalajara over here. So Mazatlan is right on the coast. I live 2 or 3 blocks away from the ocean. When I go pick up my laundry across this morning, I'm going to do that in like a couple of hours. When I go there to pick up my laundry, in a half a block, I'm at the ocean. So all of that shrimp that you saw is fresh right from the ocean this morning. You're very welcome. There you go. Yeah, we try to answer questions here. And if you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button. We're on our way to 20,000 subscribers. I think next month we're going to hit 11,000 subscribers. So if you like what's going on in the room, click the subscribe button. Let me try to catch up here. Lenora Wilson. All I can say is you must meet some really, I meet my life, Lenora, is just surrounded, wrong camera. My life is surrounded by love. I mean, it's great. I got you guys, all the people, all the Canadians in my building pretty much know who I am. When I lived in Ajijic, I couldn't walk around in Ajijic because, I just want to shoot some videos. People would stop at me, talk. They say, "Oh, you're Bill the Geek. Let's talk." They're such loving people. I mean, my life is as far as a love perspective, it's fabulous. Yes, I meet, and all the people that show up and join us live every Saturday is just so fabulous. My life is great. I'm not a billionaire like Taylor Swift, but I got a very happy life. And like my dry cleaner, Alejandra, life is great for me in Mexico. I'm very fortunate. Axel Foley taking a movie break. Hi, Bill. I took a break from the U.S. I'm currently visiting the Caribbean island called Grenada. Rum, coconut water on the rocks. I've had a Caribbean rum, totally different than that Bacardi stuff. Right on, Axel Foley. Great drink. Oh, and look who is joining us now. Ernie Baca. Ernie Baca from Retired Life in Mexico. Ola from Monterrey. Just thought I'd drop in and say hello. Thank you, Ernie Baca. He's the man. Ernie has a fabulous story in his life. His wife, she has a PhD in like rocket science from Harvard, something like that. But that's not it. I think it's biology from Columbia. I don't know, but they're both brilliant people. And he provides, I'm going to say, if not some of the most, maybe the most best information about immigration information and retiring to Mexico. Visit his channel. You'll find it at Retired Life in Mexico, No Bull. That's Ernie Baca. Thank you for joining us, Ernie. And Richard Moore. Mr. Moore, thank you so much. Thank you so much for contributing to the channel. That'll pay. My dry cleaning is going to cost me about $6 today. That'll more than cover that. I'm going to get a 12-pack. That'll cover that. I already got my chicken. I'm going to show you my chicken momentarily. Just thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, looky here. Cody, is it easy to go from temporary visa to permanent visa? Do you only need your passport and temporary ID? Okay, Cody. That is a tricky question. If you mean temporary visa and not a tourist visa. So if you have a 1-year visa, 2-year visa, 3-year, da 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 da. Once you get into the visa system, and I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and 4 years, if you already have that, getting your permanent visa is pretty simple, because once you get into the system and you got your 1 year or your 2 year, and Ernie's in the house, pretty much they don't even ask for financials. You get an immigration attorney, they're going to fill out your paperwork, and you're not going to show any financials pretty much. And going from, because I went from a 2-year, I had 2 years, then I had a permanent. And it was very easy. It was probably the easiest one that I got. Yes, most likely. I don't know if you'll need you will have to have a passport and your old ID with you, but that's just for them on the backside. And whenever you're going to do anything important and legal in Mexico, always have your passport and your temporary visa with you, because most likely they will ask for that. I hope that answers your question, Cody. Thank you very much, Ernie Baca, for contributing to the channel, and I'll be watching you live. When you go live, I saw you were on yesterday. Click the like button. I always click your like button, Ernie. Thank you so much. Ms. Sam, some of these gringos are typical. They refuse to adjust the culture, learn Spanish, so they become frustrated and they badmouth Mexico. I wish they would all go home. Mexico, I mean, that lady that came down here, she was all mad because she couldn't find no male prostitutes. I don't know, man. I couldn't help her. She hated it. She went home. She was here for 4 days in Guadalajara. Now she hates Mexico. Oh, what? I can't. I'm sorry. Whatever. And Mary Jane, thank you for contributing to the channel. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for clicking the like button. And thanks for contributing to the channel. Okay, let's go down here. Dave James, Bill. Not only is the earth flat, but it is inside a giant Christmas ornament. It's funny. The things we think are stars are just the lights on an enormous tree. I tell you what, I guess you would call this a little off topic, but that movie Men in Black, I think that the Men in Black movie with Will Smith and the other guy, he's a Harvard graduate, I forget his name. Brilliant. But Men in Black is the very end of the movie. They do all the stuff, and they're cutting to the credits. And then they show this picture of the Earth, and they zoom out. Then you're looking at the universe, and then they indicate that the whole universe is in a marble, and they have this marble on a table, and then this hand picks up the marble, and this other hand shows you a bag with other marbles, and they put the one marble in the bag with all the other marbles, and that's the end of the movie. But thank you very much. Ms. Sam, I am back in the United States to finish. I am angry to be here. That's funny. I can't wait to get back to beautiful Morelia. I hear you, Ms. Sam. I can't wait to get to my Morelia myself. We'll have to hook up and eat some food and that kind of stuff. Matt, Bill, I go to the Ajijic Tiangi every Wednesday. They don't appreciate me trying on different pants right there in the street. That's funny. Okay, Matt, if you can, sorry, wrong camera. Matt, if you can, go to the Tianguis in Chapala. The Tianguis in Chapala is all Mexicans, and the prices are much cheaper. And it's every Monday morning, and it's right. It's right across the street from Soriana, And I'm sure you know where that is. Soriana in Chapala, right there at the entrance of Chapala. And if you don't see it, you won't see it. You have to cross the street from Soriana and then walk a block, and it's like a 20-block Tianguis. And the prices are much cheaper, and there's a lot more there. And you can try on shirts and pants, and it's all Mexicans in there. They don't care what you do. You can try on shirts, pants, jackets, underwear. You can take off your pants and your underwear, try on underwear. They don't care what you do at the Tianguis every Monday in the morning in Chapala across the street from Soriana. Ray Garcia, hola. Hola, Ernie. Hola, Ray Garcia. Great to see you here, Cody. Yes, Bill, I am in the system on a 2-year visa. Thanks. Yes. Yeah, you shouldn't have. Once you get that first visa, you should be A-OK #1. You're just in the system. You show them a passport and some plastic. You'll be all right. From Ola from Columbus, coming at the end of September. Can't wait. Come on down. Let us know where you're going to be. Miss Sam, I am currently in the United States to finish moving and hate every minute. Oh, I guess I went backward in time. Okay, so I was showing video clips. I was showing some video clips about Juarez and the Juarez market. Let me go back and turn off this comment because we have to go into the market. So we get in here, and this is a 1-block market. If you come to Mazatlan, you really need to visit the Juarez market. That's white corn. I don't like white corn, but all of the vegetables just came from the plants. Everything is totally fresh. And this is just one fruit market. But look at the people. All the people are Mexican people. And they have like 50 meat shops in here. You're going to see a pig's head right up there in the upper right-hand side. We went by, but look at the meat. Look how fresh the meat is. They must have 50 fresh meat markets. Look at how fresh the meat is. It's amazing. Meat. There's another pig's head. You're going to see pig's head and pig's feet and that white stuff that you saw there kind of at the end, that is pig skin, which is very popular in Mexico. Let's come down here some more. Now, all I had with me for carrying stuff was my backpack that I carry everywhere. So I decided that I was going to get some tomatoes, a couple of tomatoes, a couple of potatoes, and a fresh chicken. And they had all kinds of places selling fresh chicken. Uh-oh. I don't think that's the right button. Yeah. So here we go. I'm walking around trying to figure out which place has the freshest chicken. And look at all the Mexicans you see. Here's some fresh chicken here. I don't know if that looks like the freshest chicken I can find. I'm looking around. They have all kinds of things on sale. More meat. And there, for some reason, I find this place, Polaria Catalina. That's the chicken place. So I go over there, and I tell the guy I want a whole chicken. There you go. There's my chicken. Oh, they're funny. These guys are fan. I wonder if this is a family. And I asked them if they could cut the chicken up for me. And they said, no problem. Sure, we'll cut it up. How you want it cut up? So they cut my whole chicken up, a fresh chicken. This cost me $5. I got a whole fresh chicken for $5. I came home, put it on a plate, pulled it out of the bag. I got the drone so I could do this orbit shot and go around it. This is the drone. When you see me moving around, that's actually the drone flying around the chicken. So I got my legs, my wings, my thighs, my breast, and now they're all separately stored in the freezer in Ziploc bags. All of that was $5. Yeah. Yeah, so this is the Juarez market. And the good thing, they have prepared pork there for you to eat. And look, it's all Mexicans. I think the prices are going to be cheaper. They don't have they have a huge market in El Centro. Oh, look at the prepared. I think that's pork slabs. Oh, that's probably carne asada. Just slabs. Here's a cheese shop. Cremeria. You find Cremerias El Milagro. That means cheese of a miracle. Whatever, right? Cheese of a miracle. I think that's fresh butter, probably made that morning. Yeah. And they have another market, or we have another market down here in Mazatlan in El Centro. You can't miss it. If you get to El Centro and ask anybody, ¿dónde está Mercado? I want to go to the market. It's giant. It's a block away from the main cathedral at the very end of the Malecon. But it's like they have poultry shops, meat shops, cheese shops, but they have a bunch of junk in there, and you'll see it's just filled with tourists. But this is where the Canadians in my building go. They go to the place where I'm showing you the videos of right now. Here is some fresh fish, and this fresh fish, they had many fresh fish shops right from the ocean, most likely from that morning, from around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, filleted, boneless. I'm going back. I'm going back. This is my place. No more of that Walmart grocery store stuff. And I tell you what, I eat cheeseburgers. I love cheeseburgers. I gave cheeseburgers a break because I was buying hamburger at Walmart. It just didn't taste right. You know, whatever kind of hamburger it was, it must have been like 2 weeks older. It was always brown. Sometimes it was green. But I bought some fresh hamburger from Juarez Market. I had 3 cheeseburgers this week. Now I'm in love with cheeseburgers again because the meat, the hamburger is so red and fresh and juicy. So anyway, just another one of the joys of living in Mexico. And I'm going to say the joys of living in Mexico are the fresh food. So they only had a few things in Mercado Juarez that were not food, but that's cool. A lot of food. They have some dresses. You can buy a dress in here probably like for $4. But it's a lot of food. And here is the sign. It's one block, one square block. You can see the sign there in the middle, Mercado Juarez. Mercado Juarez. And of course, that means the Juarez market. I loved it. I took a bus there. The bus there was like 70 cents. The bus back was 70 cents. So it was like $1.40. And round trip, the bus ride was probably about 50 minutes. To take a taxi, not Uber, but a taxi. And the taxi drivers everywhere in Mexico will gouge you. That's why you need to use Uber or Didi. And a taxi would have been like $15. Let me think about this. They would have charged like $10 one way. That would have been $20. I'm thinking that Uber would have been about $7.50. One day that's like one way that's like $15. Dee Dee probably would have got me there and back for about $10, but I got there and back for like $1.40. I got some more video clips. But let's go to comments and see who is saying what. Who got something to say? Okay, let's see what's going on. Oh boy, I think I certainly, there you go. Okay, let's get back to here. Hola, Bill and amigos, the buck stops. I'm glad to catch today's episode. Happy to have you here. Does Mexico grow okra? That question is hilarious. Terry Don Marshall, my ex-wife was a fabulous cook, and she was Mexican, grew up in Guadalajara. That girl could cook. And whenever we went to the vegetable market in Guadalajara, in Ajijic, or in Chapala, she would always buy okra, which just surprised the crap out of me because okra is kind of like soul food. I mean, other than American white people from Louisiana or Alabama, what white people know about okra. But yes, Mexicans know about okra. They use it, and if you, I know for sure you can go to markets in Ajijic, Chapala, Guadalajara, to the vegetable markets or the vegetable stores and find fresh okra, and it is fabulous. Jacqueline, Bill, I was in San Antonio, Ajijic. That is where Jack Webb owns a home, and that's where James and Rena own homes also. You guys got to connect. I was in San Antonio, Ajijic, and I didn't get to Chapala area. Is there a faster, vibrant vibe there? Actually, Chapala is a very slow vibe. If you want a fast vibe, Ajijic is the place to be. I mean, Ajijic, it has it going on. All those little restaurants and bars, and the music scene in Ajijic can be really hot. And there's all different kinds of food in Ajijic. French food, Italian food, Greek food, Asian food, all that's in Ajijic. In Chapala is kind of dead. Being blunt, I'm just going to say there is nothing to do in Chapala. Now, the people that live in Chapala, they may get a little annoyed with that. I'm looking at the wrong camera. The people in Chapala may get a little annoyed at that, but it's kind of true. And I knew an 85-year-old Mexican woman that lived 2 houses down from me. She had 7 kids, bought a house in our neighborhood. And when we first moved in, we asked her, what are the best places to eat in Chapala? This lady, she was 85, playing tennis. She was bilingual, she's Mexican, speaks English, Spanish, very wealthy. I asked her, where's the best place to eat in Chapala? And she said, there is no best place to eat in Chapala. So Chapala is kind of dead, but it's inexpensive. But no, there's nothing vibrant there. Press the like button. I believe in Jesus Christ says, press the like button. And if that's the I believe in Jesus person, I think that's a sign. I think that's a sign that it's important for everybody at this time to click the button. That's definitely a sign from God. Jacqueline, I would love to get some fresh fish here. Haven't found it yet. And you're in Guadalajara, Jacqueline. Now, when I was in Guadalajara, I lived in Zapopan. So you're going to have to ask around. They have a lot of fish, but you're inland. So a lot of the fish. I mean, you're only 1 hour away from Ahi Chapala. They had a lot of fresh fish there. They had a lot of frozen fish also there. But you're gonna have to look. It is the I've when I lived in Guadalajara in this segment of town. It's on the west side of Guadalajara. I lived in Zapopan, and a half a block from the house I lived in, they had a fresh, big, and I mean, when I say big, it was like 2 times as big as the room I'm in. That's big in Mexico, right? So they had a room just filled with fresh fish. I mean, and for people like me from Ohio, I'm from Ohio. So when I grew up, I thought that fish was Sara Lee's fish and chips, okay? No, Sara Lee's fish sticks, frozen. I thought that's what fish was until I went to Dartmouth College in New Hampshire. I'd never seen like real lobster or real fish or scallops. So, and we didn't have any big fish like tuna, but in Guadalajara, you will find many fish markets that have fresh fish, giant tuna that were caught that morning. They will catch the fish, and I don't know if they fly that in from the ocean or what they do, but they are in Guadalajara, but you have to look for them. You will find them. There are many there. Lenora Wilson, I heard it was hard and expensive getting cheese in Mexico. No, I don't think so. It is not hard. It is not hard or expensive getting cheese in Mexico. What might be hard or expensive is getting some like Munster cheese. Munster cheese might be difficult to find at your usual outlets in Mexico. You can buy Munster cheese at Costco. That's gonna you get a little bar of it. You get a bar of Munster cheese about 3 times as thick as that, about this big and wide, for about $7.50. But and anywhere that sells cheese, most places that sell cheese sell cheddar cheese. I'm good with cheddar cheese. But the thing that you need to do is start experimenting with the hundreds of types of cheese that existed in Mexico. They have 100 kinds of cheese in Mexico. And a lot of it is the same as what you want. You just don't know what the name of it is in Spanish. And another throwback is that almost all Mexican cheese is the same color. They don't dye it up like, American cheese is yellow. That's only because of the dye, right? But so Mexico cheese is extremely inexpensive. And if you find a cream shop, and those are called cremerias, you can buy things like cottage cheese, which really surprised me. Almost any cremeria is going to sell you cottage cheese, not expensive at all. They will have fresh butter that they have made from cream from a cow like that morning, the day before. So all the cheeses there, it's not hard to find. It's not expensive, but you have to experiment with it and to find the types of cheese that you are looking for. Cody, I'm living in Mexico for 2 years now and feel 10 times healthier. The fresh and healthy food, the sunshine and fresh air will make you 20 years younger. Look at me, you guys. I'm 95 years old. I got to Mexico when I was 75. I weighed 400 pounds. I was wrinkly and I was only 4'2". But then I moved to Mexico at the age of 75. I grew 18 inches. I lost 200 pounds. My skin got better. And that's what Mexico did to me. I'm 95. I still feel good. I walk 4 miles in the morning. Yeah, got a great sex life. I'm good. I'm really good. And Cody, that you're right. That is what Mexico will do to you. Terry, I haven't seen okra here in Guadalajara. I wish. Now, Jacqueline, you've only been in Guadalajara for a few months, right? So start reaching out to more. Start reaching out to more vegetable shops. I'm here where I live in Mazatlan, which is in Sabalo country. They're like within, I'm going to say within 2 or 3 miles of where I live, there are no real vegetable shops. I mean, in Ajijic, there's vegetable shops everywhere. In Chapala, they got vegetable shops everywhere. In Mazatlan, you got to find, you can find them near El Centro, but in a big city like Guadalajara, you really have to find the cream shops and the vegetable shops. But I've been to, there's a place in Guadalajara. I cannot tell you the name of it. I cannot tell you how to get to it. But it's like 10 square blocks of where they bring in the fresh vegetables from all over Mexico every day. It is an experience. So the okra is in Guadalajara, but you have to reach out to the people. You have to know what it's called in Spanish, which I don't know. And maybe go to the Catholic Church and ask the priest, I'm looking for okra, just ask around. But I know it is there. Matt, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. That'll buy me some Modelo Especial for this afternoon, as many of you know. After I finish this broadcast, it's like Friday afternoon at 5 o'clock for me. So it's kind of like party time, but I got to go pick up my laundry and I'm preparing this video for Terry Don. I've got to shoot the intro in the morning, but it's still just fun things to do. Thank you very much, Matt. Cody, Uber is pronounced Uber, not Uber. Okay. Yeah, I'm still trying to pronounce Mazatlan. Thank you, Cody. Mary Jane. Love me some fried okra from Mississippi. Yahoo, baby. Hat. Hey, this gringa grew up in a Dallas suburb, and my parents grew and canned and ate okra. Right on. Yeah, you go, girl. You go. Dallas is my middle name. Hey. Jacqueline, have you gone to Tlaquepaque? I spent a day there a couple of days ago. They have the largest market, I've ever seen in Guadalajara. I'm a vegan and was surrounded by fresh fish. Yes, I did a video on the market and I did a video on Tlaquepaque. Tlaquepaque is my favorite place in Guadalajara. And you get people that are real picky about if you say that Tlaquepaque is in Guadalajara. They'll say the real picky people will tell you the real picky people will say, well, Tlaquepaque is not in Guadalajara. It's its own municipality. Okay, well, whatever. But it's just like Brooklyn is not in New York City. Okay, but yeah, Tlaquepaque is the bomb. And the market that Jacqueline is talking about, it's overwhelming. I know somebody in that market, Jacqueline, somebody in that market has okra. Take a picture of some okra from the internet and find out how to say okra in Spanish and just go to that market and show the vegetable shops the pictures of the okra, know how to say okra in Spanish, which I don't know how to do. But I know you can find some okra up in there. Mary Jane, what about pimento and cheese. Sure, they got all that down here. Pimento and cheese, they got all that down here. It's all here. It's all here. I need to be 20 years younger. No, you don't, girl, because you're 20 years younger in your mind, girl. Just let it happen. Hey. Oh, wow, Miss Sam. I'll check it out. Thank you. Okay. Buck stops here at Puerto Santos Restaurant in Puerto Juarez near Cancun. I ordered a mango margarita with tahini around the rim of the glass. Now I use this seasoning on my food regularly. Good for you, Miss Sam. Every town you live in Mexico, they have the street cords off to sell fresh fish, meat, and veggies every day of the week. Yeah, now some of them don't do that every day of the week, but many of them do it several times a week or at least once a week. But I still have some Juarez stuff here. This is across the street from the Juarez market. Just a nice little quiet neighborhood, all Mexicans. I just know you can find a 2-bedroom, 1 or 2 bathroom apartment here, probably for about $400 a month. This is about 3 or 4 miles from El Centro. This is going to be a totally Mexican community. You're going to be near the market, near lots of places to eat. And the great thing is you're going to be in a Mexican community. If you want to live in El Centro, instead of $400 a month, rents are going to be around $1,000, $1,500 a month. And what I really loved about Juarez being around the market, and look, all the people are Mexican. All of these little street taco joints. And they all have people. This is on a Thursday around 10 o'clock in the morning. Families, tacos, Mexican food, very quiet, very clean, all around the Juarez market. This was a really fun trip. A really fun trip. I don't know what she's mixing up there. Okay, now let's go here. Lots of fresh corn. Now, what I didn't find here was yellow corn. This is white corn. I was surprised I didn't find anyone with yellow corn. I like yellow corn. It's sweeter. It has taste to it. In Chapala, there's a corner in Chapala across the street from Soriana. They sell fresh yellow corn every day of the year. They bring their little pickup truck up and they have 20, 30 kilos of yellow corn every day, right across the street from Soriana on the corner. But Mexico is big for white corn. I don't like white corn. So we finished our little trip and I get back on the bus. On the way there, the bus was empty. On the way back, the bus was full. And notice there's a young person, another young person, people of all ages in this community. And okay, so I'm at the market. I'm all done shopping. And I'm ready to leave, but where I got off at the bus was a one-way street. So I couldn't go back there to get a bus going back the other way. So I had to ask people, I want to go to, I want to find the Juarez Cerritos bus. So I had to learn, I knew how to say autobus. Autobus is bus. Autobus is bus. Juarez Cerritos. I'm looking for the buscando por autobus voy al Juarez Cerritos. Okay. So some lady told me, I'll go up there 3 blocks this way. This is all in Spanish. So I get to a corner. I see a bunch of people standing on the corner. They're like 5, 6 people. I'm trying to figure out where I catch the bus back. So I asked this one lady, I said, I'm looking for the bus, the Juarez El Cerrito bus. And she was a little hesitant, but she says, right here. This is where it is. Okay, so I got lucky. So I'm standing, and there was a young Mexican guy standing next to her. So all of a sudden, here comes this bus. My eyes weren't good enough to see the sign because the buses have signs at the top of the bus that says Juarez, Cerritos. At the very top, you can't miss it once it's like 10 feet away. So the young guy says, here comes the bus now. This is your bus right here in Spanish, right? And he's so happy to help me. So I get on the bus, and the first lady that I asked, where do you catch this bus? It ended up that that's the bus that she was waiting for. She was waiting for the Juarez El Cerrito bus. Oh, and I have one more video. Here you go. And that's me on the bus on the way back. The bus is almost full. Look, this is all Mexicans on the bus and me. Yeah, I got some really beautiful Mexican woman holding my camera, taking pictures of me. Got to sit with her all the way back. But that was my first bus trip in Mexico. Very inexpensive, and I had a great time. I'm still having fun in Mexico, the joys of living in Mexico. Okay, now here we go. I got to back up a little bit. Okay. Oh, here we go. Miss Sam. Oh, here we go. Brian Maiden. Never heard of okra. I will have to check to see if I can buy that in Winnipeg. Oh, Brian, you need to go down to southern United States or even Ohio, get you some soul food. Yeah, man. Yeah, you need to experience some soul food. What, they don't have black people in Winnipeg or southern people? Yeah, you got to hook yourself up, brother. Growing up in Louisiana, okra is a virtual staple. Have eaten fried okra, boiled okra, of course, okra gumbo. I used to make some great gumbo. Sure, gumbo. Make like 5 gallons of gumbo. Oh, my. There you go. It's planta de okra. There you go. William Mustache Stone Man, the well-traveled Mexican man. There it is for all you people that want to find some okra. Write that down. Okra is the same word, but it's just planta, which is plant. Plant of okra, planta de okra. Thank you very much, William Mustache Stone Man. Jacqueline, okay. I'd like to know, WJ. I guess I'm missing something. Sorry, I want to know what you guys pay for a cup of coffee in your hometown. Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. I just make my coffee at home. What cracks me up? They have Starbucks down here, so you're going to pay Starbucks prices even down here. I drink my coffee at home. What cracks me up is sometimes I'll be on the road and I go to a little restaurant. I'm on the road, going to this little back restaurant somewhere. Maybe I'm getting bacon and eggs, something like that. And they'll say, you want some coffee? I'll say, oh, okay. And so for coffee, what they'll do is they'll bring me some hot water and a jar of Nescafe dried coffee. If you get around enough, it's going to happen to you. What? They bring you some hot water and a jar of Nescafe instant coffee. That's just hilarious. That's funny. Okra in Spanish is quimbambo. In Mexican. In Mexico. Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know. In Winnipeg, Canada, a cup of coffee is around $3 up to around $6. Oh, my God. Wow. Woo. I'd start drinking water. I think Coca-Cola is cheaper than that. Terry Don, Brian. You have to saute your chopped okra to dry it up a bit. Okra can be a bit slimy, yep, if it's not cooked properly. Okra corn and tomatoes is a nice sauce. Over rice is so good, and you can add shrimp. Oh, everybody's getting out of the bag with their recipes. Jacqueline, Miss Sam, I will be in Guadalajara in about a month. I love beautiful Guadalajara. If you want, we can meet up with you in Tlaquepaque, and we can go to the market. Okay, and if you guys want to hook up, I invite you both to email me. Let me go over here. Let me go down here. Here is for the both of you. For the both of you, Miss Sam and Jacqueline, here is my email address. And if you email me and say, hey, it's okay to give my email to Ms. Sam, and then Ms. Sam, if you email me and say it's okay to give my email to Jacqueline, well, if both of you do that, then I will send you one another's emails. So then you can hook up. Tlaquepaque is fabulous in that market. It's overwhelming. Don't go if you can't handle overwhelming. Okay, we got 57 people in the house, 47 likes. Thank you very much for showing up and for clicking the like button, giving contributions. Woo! Let's see what's going on now. Katrina the Maker picked, this is funny, pickled okra. It's all coming out of the bag now. You guys remind me of the Forrest Gump movie where that guy, the shrimp guy, I forget his name. Oh, they got this kind of shrimp, that kind of shrimp. We can do that kind of shrimp, shrimp like this. Oh, Bubba. Bubba was his name, the shrimp guy. That's funny. Nescafe, no es cafe. That's right. A small coffee and GDLs. 50 pesos. That's crazy. No. Yeah. You're going to the wrong places, Jacqueline. Okra is kind of slimy. No gracias. Okay, Miss Sam. Okay, we got that all hooked up. Okay, we'll do. Okay, you guys. Another Saturday. I don't have any more video clips to share with you. We're almost 2 hours into the broadcast. If you are watching the broadcast on replay and you would like to contribute to the channel, there's a link in the description below, and you can click that link and use PayPal, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discovery Card. And we can always, we always appreciate your donations here on the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. Now, the buck stops here. Starbucks in Colorado is $6 and some change, and the change fluctuates every week. That's funny. Brian Maiden. Well, another Saturday gone by. Lots of information given out this morning. Had a great time. So all have a great weekend and week, and see you next week. Yeah, Brian, go out and find yourself some okra and get on Amazon and find a soul food cookbook and hook yourself up. Yeah, sometimes okra can be a little bit slimy and hurt your stomach a little bit. Anyway, for what it's worth, I'm getting ready. I'm creating an election and an election 24 holiday for November of 2024. I'm creating a holiday for that. I'll be coming out with a video on that. It's total non-political. I'm just creating the holiday and encouraging people from all over the United States that are Americans to vote and to get other people to vote. That video might come out this week, I think. But, it's a happy thing. It's just being a good American. Okay, now, I think I missed somebody. I love the coffee in Mazatlan. Normally, I go to Starbucks here, but when you're in Mexico, you got to take advantage of their amazing coffee shops down there. Yeah, they have some. They have some, like I did 3 videos about Colima. That's like almost the coffee capital of Mexico, Colima and Colama. I mean, in fact, in one of those videos, we actually go to a place where this guy grows the plants and the coffee beans and mixes the beans. I mean, Mexico has excellent coffee down here. You got to take advantage of it. Thanks, Mamo. Have a great weekend, amigos and amigas. Wish everyone a beautiful weekend from Lenora Wilson. So, you guys, I want to thank everybody for showing up. We went kind of long today. Sorry about that. But thank you so much, everyone, for coming and sharing. I had fun. We try to have fun on Saturdays, but we do this every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time. The family shows up and we talk about the joys of living in Mexico. Bill the Big broadcasting live from Mazatlan, Mexico. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, and we make productions about the joys of living in Mexico. I want to thank everybody for showing up, sharing information. Love you all. Adios. Hasta luego. Y que te vaya. How do you say it? Let me look up how to. Adios, hasta luego, and que te vaya bien. Love you all. Te amo.